So this video is something I've wanted to create for a while, and I guess I might as well start from the beginning. The title is a bit misleading. I've had survivor's guilt for much of my life, and it has indeed shaped me. There were points in my life where it kept me from some possible ends, and there were points in my life when it has been the obstacle in the way of enjoying life. First off, what is survivor's guilt? According to a quick few sentences from an article in Medical News Today, survivor's guilt is when a person has feelings of guilt because they survived a life-threatening situation when others did not. It is a common reaction to traumatic events and a symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. I thought this is straight to the point, and also know it can look different for so many others. Sometimes there can be guilt when you wonder why you lived and strangers in the same circumstances did not end up living. Survivor's guilt can even occur when no one ends up dying. But there are questions of what it means to have made it out from a horrible situation when someone else didn't. In my case, it was not a stranger. At 30 days old, I survived a house fire that left me with some scars and left my big brother without a life. I did not know when I realized for the first time that I did not have a big brother, even though I knew I was supposed to. In some ways, it happened seamlessly, because that's how the developing child's brain can be. Still, I wondered a lot of times why I lived and he did not. There were times I felt like he really should have been the one who had the chance at life. At a young age, I was depressed with how people at school acted. I internalized and knew that there were moments in my child brain I did not want to live, and recognized the full repercussions of such a thought. I wondered how I could be so selfish when he did not have the gift of life and I did. In many ways, that just made the guilt even worse. Yet I grew up and had other experiences where I could have ended up dying in way worse situations and did not. It made me wonder if there was some reason I was alive. I wondered if I was meant to use this life for something. I thought about what it meant to live for my big brother when he did not have that opportunity. I wondered if I could earn this life I was lucky enough to have. So even when I was in extreme depression and I did have suicidal ideation, I still was choosing to live. A part of me felt like I could not end that way. In some ways, I even thought there was another force at work. Sometimes I even thought it was him. Yet this is where I diverge from the title and say that survivor's guilt also often kept me away from getting to truly live. When you are living for others and not allowing yourself to enjoy, when there's a burden to what you are doing in your life, enjoyment, relaxation, self-satisfaction, these can be hard elements to truly grasp. And these are important to life. I wonder sometimes if someone who loves you would want you to live for them instead of you. Would there be a cosmic scale where it finally balances out if you can just do enough, care enough, be enough? More importantly, me living did not mean my big brother had to die. This occurrence happened, but there was no scale that was being weighed, wherein one death and one life had to happen at that moment. Doing that to myself was not honoring him and was not honoring my worth. I think that is a crucial element to survivor's guilt. What does it mean to finally accept that your life is your life? Even for those who ended up surviving due to another sacrifice, I cannot possibly understand the heavy weight that can be on the mind and heart. Yet those decisions still were not with the express mentality of a life or a death, oftentimes. They come from a place of such love and heart to make decisions so gigantic. Survivor's guilt is not an easy fix. It spreads across the motivations, the values, the personality, and the relationships. It can make one question whether they deserve anything in this world. It can make one question if any good that they do has merit to it, or is it a continuation of the guilt? It can make one wonder if they are a monster for enjoying life when someone else so loved was not fortunate enough to. These are just thoughts and feelings I've had in my life, but I bet there are a few who have some connection to this. One thing I would like to say is remember that you are alive. You did not die and you did not stay in that horrible situation. You are making it. And hopefully that can one day be enough for you, maybe be enough for those who you have lost. Connect. Even when things keep telling you to disconnect or question people or question your worth or question your decisions, that disconnect can be so easy and so comfortable, but can often keep you from being honest to what you are needing. Be vulnerable. Find a support network where you can discuss your feelings and you can discuss the moments that are the worst. Triggering events, days of remembrance, moments you question where you're at in this world. Find moments where you can honor your connection to those moments, where you can honor those you have lost. Hiding from that can be just as easy as disconnecting, but not allowing yourself to grieve and feel for those people, that can also hinder living. As always, I hope you are getting professional support as you need and in the form that best matches your values and experiences. Though I know there are many barriers experienced in regards to this, if possible, hopefully there are groups in your area that have built-in support groups, vouchers for clinical services, and spaces or organizations set up for discussing these traumatic events. Lastly, I would hope you find your purpose to live, not with feeling you must have it to earn your existence, but because you want to live and want to do what feels right to you. Survivor's guilt is not easy and will often not go away. I deal with it and have better understanding of it when it rises. Still, I am working to learn to harness the values that have risen alongside this guilt to create a life that feels worth living and truly my own to craft. Thank you so much for watching this.